Right on. We're back in Melville. CN Center?
The CN Community Center.
CN Community Center. That's Daniel.
You know that by the track.
That's Daniel Hope helping us out here now.
I'm gonna sneak
pulled
back
him off
here.
the track. He was doing laps. We pulled him out. No, he's the president of the Melville Millionaires. Thanks for taking some time on a game day. So Sharky asked the question, what kind of crowd can we be expected tonight for Game 3?
Yeah, so we've been watching ticket sales all day here. We're well over 1,000 sold already. So that's not including kids. That's not including volunteers. So I would expect there'll be a pretty good lineup tonight for tickets, and we'll be in that 18. Hopefully we push to 2,000, but on a Tuesday night that probably won't happen. But I'm thinking 18.
It's a playoff game. It's time to be out here,
Totally
regardless
agree.
of the day of the week.
Totally agree.
The weather's fantastic to drive.
Yeah.
Drive in from wherever, and then that rivalry. Like, is this matchup from your perspective? And you played in the league, and now in the President's side. Is this a great first round matchup? Would you like to see this maybe round 2 or 3? Or does it matter?
For me, it doesn't matter. I mean, you look at the financial implication as a president, and that's something that we kind of have to take into consideration too. So for this to be a first round matchup, I'd love to see it every single year, to be honest with you. And I mean, the hockey is phenomenal too. Like Game 2, we were there on Sunday night, and as far obviously we don't love the outcome, losing in overtime, blowing a late one, but I mean, it's as far as a hockey game, is a fantastic game. So I think we'll see a lot of the same tonight. It's going to be a fast pace, and these two teams don't like each other, and that's building and it's brewing. So it's been good.
I'm looking forward to watching. I've been watching SJ. It's been a couple years since I watched an SJ game. It's great hockey for sure. The other thing I want to ask you, kind of right off the hop, running a junior A franchise in this day and age in 2025. What kind of budget would it be for the Mills?
Yeah, so I mean, it's no secret when you look at anything in the world today, right? With inflation and just the way that the economics are going, it's getting more expensive every single year. So we've taken on our cash lotto is a big fundraiser, so that adds cost because we're paying out $40,000 through that cash lotto. But overall, our budget, when we sit down in the summer and figure it out, it's about $800,000 to $850,000.
Holy smokes!
That's just to stay alive, right? Like we're not just looking to stay relevant, stay alive. We want to be able to push and get better as an organization, and that's kind of been our focal point. So you're talking 800, 850, but we're looking for 900 to $1 million of revenue so that we can start elevating our organization and becoming a better organization all around.
Wow. So let's talk about this building you're in. How long has this building been up? Tell me a little bit more about it, because from a junior standpoint of all the things I've seen, it's fantastic.
We're spoiled. We're spoiled rotten. So this and my dates are bad, but I want to say this first year for this building was 2011. So we've been in it for quite a few years now, and it's amazing. You guys are in for a treat tonight to watch a game in here. It's just the whole atmosphere, everything about it. The seats are comfortable. They're spread out properly. It's a beautiful facility. There's not a bad seat in the house. There truly isn't.
I've watched my son play. I was standing right here. I almost got kicked out.
Yeah.
The ref. It was,
Again.
Yeah. Hard up. I was picking at him. No, it's like perfect size. Like you said, you're gonna get 1,800 in here. It'll be rocking. What years did you play?
So I played in Melville from 2007 to 2009.
What was your favorite barn to go play into?
Oh. When you think of the SJ, you got to think of Flin Flon going up to the Whitney Forum. I mean, how does it get any better than that? They're literally throwing moose legs on the ice. Not maybe deliberately at you, but I mean, that just the history of that facility, the atmosphere in there too. You think of the SHL, you got to think of the Whitney Forum. But when I played also, I mean, Melville Yorkton had great rivalries. So you go the Gallagher Center, it was back then, or the Alga Peterson too in Humboldt. We played against Humboldt in the final in my 20-year-old year. So that barn, there's just some rivalry. They had some really, really good teams. So going in there and competing at a high level with a lot of fans in the stands was a lot of fun.
Tell us about your hockey career after the SJHL. Yeah. How did that work out for you? Where did you end up?
So I was fortunate enough. My first year of junior, I played out in the BCHL, 2 years in Melville, and then I got an opportunity to get a full-ride scholarship to Augustana in the ACAC. So at that time, it was kind of I feel like it's a better known opportunity now for kids, which is great. But maybe a little bit of a hidden gem back then in the ACAC. Fantastic hockey league. And when I got out there too, it seemed like the play just elevated and got better and better every single year. So yeah, super fortunate. Went out there, got a management and business economics degree, played 4 years. We won a championship, the first championship in Augustana in 37 years or something like that. It was pretty crazy, great times. And then came back to Melville to make this my home.
Played a little senior.
I played some senior, yeah, 3 years in.
Got to do that. Don't you got to come back.
We talk senior all the time, man.
It was the most fun, honestly. Going back home after having played junior, having played university, you go home to play with your buddies, and it's more about the camaraderie and, making it full circle and being able to give back to your hometown community and playing with all your buddies that you grew up with. Those were they were the best years of my life, truly. Like, from a hockey perspective, it was a lot of fun.
Did you have Schneider, Kinger, and Kilgore there? Were they all there at the same time?
My first 3 years in Calvington was just some local guys, and then I ended up in Grenfell for, I want to say it was 5 or 6 years. But yeah, all those guys were there. Kinger, Schneids, Kilgs. We had Metzi. There was a huge Melville Millionaires alum camaraderie down there too. So Alan Killback, Lane Harbor. I mean, the list goes on. And we won some championships in Grenfell too.
It was a good team down there. Yeah, it was a good team.
So Calvington's home?
Calvington is home,
A dumb question. Who's your favorite hockey player growing up?
I loved number 17. That probably answers your question. I mean, it has to be Wendell Clark, right?
Yeah. Do you even have a choice if you grow up?
No, my dad would say I didn't, and it's true. But
we have Benny Walchuk on every week. Kyle McIntyre's a good friend. He's doing amazing things for the league. There was a lot of change this year, and there's probably more change coming with the NCAA announcements and then Major Junior and all that. But the league, the SJHL, it seems like it is in a good spot.
It totally is, and I think right now, you see with the NCAA Division I eligibility, it's just created chaos in the leagues, and I just think it's going to take a little bit of time for people just to kind of realize, the SJHL is not a bad league. It's still a really, really good league, and these kids are going to get amazing opportunities playing here too. So, I just think in time, once the dust settles a little bit, people are going to still be able to look at the SJ and see the talent that there is. And I mean, you're going to see tonight, this is going to be a fast-paced, physical, really, really good hockey game. So, I don't think the SJ is in a bad spot.
No. Sharky always, he's on one side of this where he thinks that there could be a time where SJHL and the Junior A ranks are kind of almost a feeder to some WHL teams. Going through it from when you played hockey, when I played hockey, when you coached, to what we could see in the next. Could you see that as a possibility?
I think that there's that possibility, but it's also important to keep kind of that differentiated and separate, right? Like, I mean, we are a Junior A league, not the WHL, so they're going to work in unison because they need to, but they're also very different avenues for kids too, right? So, and if we can keep building on the WHL, why wouldn't we too, right?
Yeah.
Like it's going to bring health and longevity, and that's what you're looking at. I think right now you look at the BCHL and it's like the bright lights and shiny, and it's the new toy, and that's going to fade really fast.
Sure.
Right?
It's already faded.
You look at Penticton leaving, you look at Chilliwack they announced. So I mean that's going to continue to happen, and I think it's going to continue to bring light to the SJHL and our strengths.
I think so,
without a doubt. No, I think you're exactly right. The BCHL, that shiny bauble, is now dusty and old very, very quickly, and it's going to change where players end.
Well, and some of those Alberta teams, right? They're going to start fishing that went to the BCA maybe to come back and say, "Hey, Hockey Canada,
we made a mistake. Please take us in."
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic league. The national championship, there maybe is some discrepancy in league strength, but you look at when Melfort went last year and how many teams are there. Like, that's a pretty cool tournament when you can have that many teams in a national championship.
You want to talk exposure?
Yeah,
that's where you want to be at, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you can get to that level and playing against those teams, those barns got to be filled with scouts, and they're getting all the exposure that they need. I think that those are the things that we can promote that the BCHL can't.
Yeah.
So tonight, we don't want to single anyone out, but what numbers, what names should we be watching on the Mills?
I think our top line, Perini was out a little bit at the end of the season, and I found in game 1 and 2, he's really found his legs. So we got Simon Perini's center, playing with Jaden Iogan, obviously the Division I commit. He's a dynamic player. Anytime he's on the ice, you're always looking for him to use his legs, use his speed to create opportunities. And then Brendan Olsen on that line too. They're a really dynamic duo. And then we got the young kids. I love watching our young kids, the Preston Bearwalds, the Alex Morrisons. Jackson Lee's not in the lineup tonight, but Nitz is going to get an opportunity to play with them, and they just bring so much energy, and they're just out there competing, and they don't care. Like, they're going into corners. They're not big boys, but they'll go in there with anybody, and it's awesome. It's a lot of fun to watch them play.
That's what coaches love.
Yeah, I love the language you use when you describe them too. That's fantastic. I just want to stay now and watch every minute of those two lines.
President of the Melville Millionaires, Daniel Hope, joining us here.